the lies in it. Africa speaks with all the lies in it, with a voice that dwells in it, with a pride, the pride that swells in it, with the morals, ethics, and values in it. Africa speaks. Africa Taura, whoa, whoa, whoa. Africa Taura, whoa, whoa, whoa. Africa Taura, whoa, whoa, whoa. Africa speaks, oh yeah. Africa speaks. Africa speaks, oh yeah. Africa speaks.
About the points it has to prove wrong. About the wrongs done to a people so strong. About the true color which it brought along. About the voice that sings a very true song. About the glory and splendor of the land we belong. Africa speaks.
Africa speaks, oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is before I start telling my story, the story of the hen, there is a quotation which goes like this: death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss in life is what dies within us while we live. And the person is only remembered for two things: the problem that he has caused, or the one that he or she has solved. As part of shaping a next generation of entrepreneurs, I have a story that I would like to share with you. It's the story of my hen, which is the story of my life, which is the story of Africa Speaks, which is the story of African women and young people, which is the story of shaping a next generation of entrepreneurs. In 2006, when I moved from Harare to Marondera, I started a project, and the project was keeping indigenous chickens. One of my hen laid 18 eggs. Of the 18 eggs, it hatched 17. When I looked at the 17 little chicks, they were so beautiful. It was like a rainbow. But what touched me most was the 18th egg. There was an egg that was not laid, that was not hatched. So I picked that 18th egg and I gave it a close observation. I listened to the egg. And guess what? I heard that there was something inside. There was a chick. And with the look of things, it was so tired, it couldn't break the shell. Like an old saying that says, before the chick comes out of the egg, the shell needs to break. So what I did, I had to break the shell on behalf of the chick. So when I broke the shell, I found out that there was a chick inside. And it was in June, it was in winter. I took the chick, put it beside the fire for it to gather warmth. But that doesn't stop the mother hen to continue brooding the 17 other chicks. I left the chick beside the fire. I went to the garden to spray my tomatoes. I started working in the garden.
Tina siyasebenza, Tina siyasebenza, Tina siyasebenza, Tina siyasebenza.
After about 20 minutes, I realized that I had left a small chick near the fire, and my heart, it beat fast. I said, oh, why should I be irresponsible like that? So I ran into the chicken. I ran into the kitchen, mind you. So when I got there, I found out that the chick has moved into the fire, and all its legs got bent, but the body was still outside the fire. So I took the chick out of the fire, put it at a safer place, took the cat that I had, put it inside, put some water and food inside. Hours passed, days, weeks, months, and along the way, the 17 other chicks, they all died. They all died because of natural deaths, because of the eagles, among other things. And that chick that couldn't come out of the egg, that chick that I assisted to break the shell, that chick that had its legs bent, it was the only chick that survived. It was the only chick that saw the light of the day. And that chick, it turned into a full-fledged hen, and it started laying eggs. But before I go ahead, this hen, it had its own strengths and weaknesses. Because it didn't have the fingers, so it couldn't scratch for food, and it couldn't walk, and it was the smartest hen that I have ever kept. When I call these other hens for food, because usually in the morning and in the afternoon I'll give my chickens food. So if I say cuckoo, 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 the rest of the chickens, they'll run because they have legs. And the disabled chick, the disabled hen, it was always the last one to take off, but the first to arrive where I will be. So instead of running, it learned the skill of flying. It would fly for as far as 50 meters. You get the sense? So it didn't concentrate on its weaknesses. It turned its weaknesses into strength. So after 6 months, this hen started laying, like I said before. It laid 24 eggs. And it hatched all the 24 eggs. So the very first time when it hatched all the 24 eggs, I sat down and I asked myself, what if I didn't take care of the 18th egg? What was going to happen? It means I was not going to have the chickens that I have today. And to me, what is the 18th egg? To me, what does it mean to break the shell? Ladies and gentlemen, the young people, the 18th egg are the young people, the youth, with their great visions and dreams. The problem that we have is elders, they regard young people as empty containers to be filled with water. No. Young people are like candles that needs to be lit. Young people, what they need someone to break the shell for them. Breaking the shell, it is shaping a next generation of entrepreneurs. It is to capacitate them, to empower them. That's why I said the story of my hen is the story of my life. It is the story of Africa Speaks. It is the story of African young people. It is the story of African women. It is the story of shaping a next generation of entrepreneurs. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us to break the shell so that the chick comes out of the egg. And breaking, you need to listen to the youth. God has created them for a purpose, and we cannot afford to live like islands. Let's empower the young people. That's why I'm telling you the story of my hen, the story of Africa Speaks.